more flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts,
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
And
Zach.
Tonight's special guest, producer Zach.
It's been a while.
I
I try to stay away from these guys as much as possible, but, you know, I came back for a special appearance.
hey, we're like underwear. We creep up. You know what I'm saying?
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah,
though. It's
good
been
to
too
have you.
long.
See
Good to
ya.
have you back. It's been
So what?
Well,
You're married
since
now?
when
You got
was it?
7 kids or something?
6. You're close.
June?
Yeah.
Yeah, last time you did the show was June.
last
Something
year.
like that, so.
Yeah, I
Wow.
pulled out the credits that rolled
Yeah.
the last time you were here. I know. I know.
Long time.
Yeah.
You shouldn't come too often. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hey, I've been texting you. Hey, at least I answer your guys' phone calls.
You did.
So.
Thankfully. Poor Zach. When he probably sees my name come across and he's like,
It's all good.
it's always
I'm
a
always
problem.
happy to.
you got.
I'm
You,
always
got.
happy
You,
to.
listen, those two will business you to death. Me, I'm just here to beat you up. You know what I'm saying? All they do. Everyone else is, hey Zach. Hey Zach.
Yeah.
Not me.
That's why I come
I
back.
just make
I'm
fun
a
of you.
glutton for punishment.
I just make fun of you. That's it. Come on
There you
over.
go.
I don't want you starving on the way home. Come
Yeah.
over and eat. Too funny.
And that pulled pork you made tonight was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
It was
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
that's where
Thank you very much. Thank you, Devo, if you're
Bravo.
watching, for Rolling Smoke Barbecue. Thank you very much. Showed me the way.
Yeah, you're going to have some after the show. You don't like to eat before,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Did you eat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a sandwich beforehand. It was
Good.
fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
So how are we all doing? It's this is our
Which show?
which show is this?
This is our fourth show.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Is it really?
Good job, Greg. Fourth show
Get out of here.
I just pulled that number out of my.
of 2022. Yeah.
I thought you were counting from the beginning of the Whiskey Roundtable, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second.
So yeah, we just mentioned one of our sponsors. So why don't we go ahead? Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, Royal Havana Cigars, Village Martini, Simply Greek, Low Imports, Roll and Smoke Barbecue, Chagrin Valley Beverage, 21 Staves, North Coast Jazz Ensemble, and Rawhide Firearms.
Amen.
And I would like to say
Yes.
21 Staves, Scott Roy Blatt's birthday is today.
Yay.
So happy
Oh.
birthday, Snapper.
Hey, Snapper, happy birthday. Happy birthday. You should be on the show today. Why come you're killing me? All right. Killing me. Oh, you're out celebrating. I know. Killing
That's
me.
right. That's right.
So, and what did, again, remind me what 21 Staves does. It's makes the briquette for wood.
Yeah, they take
Smoking.
they have barrels where they cut up and they use for smoking for different bourbons and scotches and all that stuff, and they do a lot of food stuff and a lot of hot sauces and
Nice.
all kinds of canned pickled beans, pickles, whatever.
Oh, that
like
sounds
it.
awesome.
I think I have a bag of that in my garage for smoking purposes.
I used it. I used mine. I bought a bunch and gave them away as gifts, but I kept one, and it worked very well. And my nephew at Village Martini, I gave him a bag, and he's all like, "Hey, can you get me another bag of this?" I said, "Yeah, if you got your wallet, I'll get you whatever you want." But I do want to get him another one. I haven't talked to. I mean, me and Scott haven't talked in a little bit just because he's been busy. Did he just move back up here? Didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah. So he just moved back up here from Kentucky, and he's got a lot of stuff going on, grandkids and all that other stuff. So when the weather changes, I'm sure me and him will be hanging out. So he's a good dude. Always was. Snapper, my boy.
Snapper.
Absolutely.
So, what do we got on the scroll, kids?
What do we got on the scroll? Let me see. Holy
Holy cow! 2 people.
We
No,
got-
just kidding.
there we go.
we got
Oh, there's a lot going on there.
Miss Shauna says,
That
hey,
happens
happy
quick.
Friday.
Yeah, Miss Shauna's at home, probably laying in the tub right now. Whoa, when'd you get here?
Oh, dear. We got Matt Souza, who's
Matt.
happy to see Zach.
Good to see you, Matt.
What's up, Maddie?
That.
Long time no speak. A couple hours ago.
Patrick Patterson is here.
What's
and
up, Pat?
I usually here's for Pat.
There you go.
Nice.
All right.
Doug says you're the best putt-putt player ever. Is that true? Says other than that, you can't hit a
Well,
ball.
he's a pretty good golfer. He's also quite a lot of antics out on the golf course, so he's very entertaining.
That's
It's the only way to play
That's
golf.
the only way to play.
Not that I've gone out golfing anytime recently, so. But
Good. Colin is out there. He's drinking
Hey.
some Old
Oh.
Forester 1915.
1915.
Half.
Do we have that?
wow.
What did he say?
No.
1/2 courtesy of
19.
Doug Dunbar.
Oh well, that
That's
was a little bit of a birthday present
There you go.
from Uncle Doug, but yeah. So that's nice. That's a nice choice.
Everyone's so happy to see Zach. Lindsay says, "Hey,
Yeah,
Zach."
yeah.
Let's see. We got G Money. What's up, G Money? I got your cigar. Where'd it go? I got your cigar for
right
you.
here.
I want to drop
No,
it.
I'm kidding.
I had a muzzle loader I wanted to give. I think I had 2 of them. I was going to give him those. And Rob.
From snowy
From
Wisconsin.
snowy Wisconsin.
Oof.
What are you drinking, Rob? I know what you're drinking, G Money. Probably water or something because you're
Yes.
scared.
Is Rob in Wisconsin now?
Yeah, he's in
okay.
Wisconsin. He'll be in next week. Rob is coming in.
He's up north.
He's coming
north.
into. He'll be here Friday
Next week.
Oh,
next week, and
nice.
let me know, Rob, if you want to sit in on the show instead of audience. I know that you did a great show last time, but maybe you come and hang out with us for that. So let me know before the end of the week. All right.
Very good.
Anything
so
else?
Colin said the 1915. It's half 1910, half 1920.
I was
gonna say,
when
I
you
didn't-
heard what I said, I was like 1915.
That's what I was.
Well, I was going to
Premium
question
blended
that,
whiskey.
but I didn't want to. I thought, well, if I'm wrong, I don't want to betray my ignorance. But
Hey, Colin, you're stupid. Anyway, go ahead.
I thought I was about to go out there and find a new bottle.
that was nicely done, Colin.
I looked up stupid in the dictionary. I saw your picture next to your dad's. But anyway,
Oh, jeez.
I just wrote that.
Yes.
G Money is.
What do you expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's. what we do.
I'm glad the soundboard hasn't died in my absence. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Are you really?
G Money's drinking some Dickel Rye.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Oh.
He's
Good.
really enjoying it. And Rob's
Right.
got some Jim Beam Black with an Oliva V cigar.
Oh.
There we
Talking
go.
about cigars, what do
Speaking, yeah. What do you got there, Big G?
I'm
And-
drinking. I'm drinking a glass of this, and then I've got this cigar here. So this is a 20th anniversary St. Clair cigar, and I'm not really a fan. That's it.
And what is producer Zach smoking?
You know, I was
He's
handed
smoking
it.
a Rocky Patel.
There we go.
Okay, he's smoking a Rocky Patel. I forget the name of the series, but it's the lighter cigar. It's
Vintage,
more,
1999.
1999. Yeah.
It's actually very good. It's got a nice, like, light medium body to it.
99, 92, and 90, 94, 96. I can't remember. But,
It's good though.
Yeah.
It's good.
So that's the only one of the year statements, if I remember correctly, that's not box pressed.
Oh, okay.
Just FYI. Okay, enough of me. Go
Is
ahead.
Fun
your,
facts.
did I see your cigar kind of like fraying on the
Yes,
side
yes.
over there too? I know you hate
Yes,
that
I
when
hate
that
that.
happens.
So I'm trying to smoke the cigar because I've never had it, and it's actually smoking like a Gurkha, which I can't stand either. But I try not to give those cigars away that I normally won't smoke because of that kind of stuff. So I'll smoke them just to get rid of them. Other than that,
Now, are these your like monthly things that you just get in the mail? Okay, yeah.
I mean I get 20 cigars is $100, but they're all the top cigars that have rated 90, 92, 94, 89, blah blah blah. So they're an upper class cigar, but I don't know if it's how they're humidified at the warehouse, if you will. But I'm not I just lit this cigar and it's already frazzling out, and feel it. It's nice and soft, so there's no reason for it. But whatever, nothing to see here, kids. Move along. What do we got?
I was just gonna say we were talking about what everyone is drinking out there pre-gaming. Zach, you brought a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been trying out this. What is it, Zach?
It's a weird one. Hudson Whiskey. I saw this down at Corkscrew Johnny's down south of here. It's backroom deal. It's a New York straight rye whiskey finished in peated Scotch barrels.
And I don't taste any of the Scotch.
That certainly doesn't suck.
It's actually, it doesn't.
It's got
good.
some weird notes
There's
and
a
mustiness.
I don't
but,
know. It's one of the. It's a whiskey. I'd say the nose is worse than the
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
like the nosing notes would be. Oh, there's a little bit of like
Wet
old
dog,
brewery
dog,
smell in here.
rotting clothes.
Yeah.
Fresh
But the
killed
taste
deer,
is actually quite,
Yeah,
quite,
it's interesting.
quite enjoyable.
Not great, but interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. I had
Yeah.
a sip of G's. I thought it was
It
okay.
actually is. I let it sit. You know, I couldn't get anything on the nose. It's just all this stuff going on. Like you said, you couldn't tell the skunk from the rabbit, and all this other stuff. But after I let it sit for a few minutes, I tried it, and I'm like, it's okay. But after I let it sit, it's actually not terrible. Is it something I want on my bar? Hell no.
Yeah.
But anyway, but it's
Not
okay.
that he could fit anything on this bar.
That's true.
But yeah, I want to say hi to, again. Did we mention Lindsay? Lindsay's out there as well, and yeah, Lindsay, I'm enjoying my subscription, my classic malt or my malt, my malt society membership. So we'll do a Wizard episode on it, but I'm looking forward to trying it. I haven't got around to it yet, but
You piqued my interest when you said that.
yeah, it's a class. It's a private bottling, but you have to be in the club to be able to buy any of it. And they're very mysterious. They don't tell you much about the provenance of that whiskey. They give you little clues that make you, I think that sounds like it's an Isla,
Right.
but they don't tell you a lot of information.
Gotcha.
So they'll go apparently and they'll pick barrels at some of these distilleries when they're offering them for private bottlings, and that's kind of what they do. But you have to be a member to participate. So
Gotcha.
A quick question. Me and you talked the other day. I had that bottle that was a gift. All the different blends of whiskeys. Is that kind of on that same level or no?
well, now these are like they'll just take a cask from some distillery and they will bottle it, but they don't. But for whatever reason, they don't.
Tell you.
They don't tell you the age. They don't tell you
Right.
what it is.
Right.
They give you little adjectives as the name,
Gotcha.
and you kind of have to figure out what the code means. It's kind of interesting. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll maybe we'll feature it on the show and we'll talk about that.
I can tell Doug's trying not to give away too much.
Right, we haven't done too many like of those kinds of whiskey, so maybe it's time to talk about that. So.
See, I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's whenever I'm chasing bottles. It's like you can go after what's good, what's the best out there, but sometimes you just gotta go after what's interesting. In my opinion, it's like find stuff that's different.
Zach,
Find stuff that's going
this
to
certainly
challenge your
falls in
palate.
that category.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Oh my.
they're complaining about free whiskey.
No,
That's all I gotta say. No, I'm kidding.
Wasn't complaining at all about it. No, like Siri said, it certainly doesn't suck. I think it's pretty darn good.
That's why she doesn't marry.
So we are a whiskey show. So our kind of the whole gist of this show is kind of we're all sitting around the table with our friends, enjoying some whiskey, tasting and talking about whiskey and having some fun.
And making
Maybe
fun of each other.
Making fun of each other, maybe doing a little whiskey education, and maybe some news if we ever get to that.
If we can ever
Which
shut up
today
long
it seems
enough.
like maybe we won't. But so why don't we move into the next phase, which is talking about tonight's whiskey.
Tonight's
good.
whiskey. So
Absolutely.
tonight's whiskey is Ragged.
Ragged Branch.
And you'll know why I emphasize that
Yes.
here later. Ragged Branch Double Oaked Weeded Bourbon.
Right.
Yes.
So should we take a ride on the bottle cam?
Yeah, let's kick it off with a little quick ride on the bottle cam. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, kids.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
I didn't know I was supposed to be going that crazy with it.
All right, we're back.
What, man? You haven't been watching or what?
What happened?
So Karen just corrected me that about Colin. I got it all mixed up. Your son and through all the fun we were having. But so Colin, if you're still watching and you're not crying, I still looked it up and your picture was next to Uncle Doug's. Sorry.
Well, that's a shame. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
yeah. So,
Debo just joined
Debo
us too.
just
by
joined.
the
all
way.
right.
Debo, you missed Debo in the house. You just missed the whole entry where I just was bragging about you. But anyway, you have to watch the
Wow,
whole
you
show.
said all those nice things. I thought
I
he
know.
was in the audience.
No.
He
I-
pulled your pork. I
Well,
mean,
Yeah, you
He'll-
pulled my
well,
pork.
something like that.
I guess you'll have to watch
These
the
nuts.
show later for that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, does that say don't touch?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I finally figured it out after like how many years? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk a little
Ragged
bit about
Branch,
this.
not Rugged
Right.
Branch, as I often do a slip and say Rugged Branch, but that's what I want to call it. But it's Ragged Branch.
Ragged Branch.
It's a small craft distillery that Karen's going to tell us a little bit about.
Yep.
I like the bottom.
A little bit,
I like
and
the
then
bottom.
Wizard, you actually went to the distillery, and we've got a little
Oh, we got that little
excerpt to do
segment.
that
There
too.
we go.
Yeah, so
I'll do a little bit about Ragged Branch.
Yeah, why
then
don't we
before
do-
I go into the actual bourbon itself, we'll switch over
perfect.
and do yours. So,
Okay.
So as you said, this is a smaller distillery. It's in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is north central Virginia,
Right.
which is about 100 miles southwest of D.C.
And it's the home of
Charlotte?
famous
Oh.
founding father of the United States,
Oh yeah, Thomas Jefferson,
Thomas Jefferson.
There we go.
Yeah, we got to tour his
Monticello.
estate, very
I have all
beautiful.
this
And,
knowledge.
and there was this actor there portraying him
Yeah.
that was amazing. I mean, honestly, I don't know where he came from, but he looked just like him, or what I picture he looks like.
I see here on your resume you have Thomas Jefferson impersonator. Is that right?
I mean, he was unbelievable because not only did he kind of do his spiel, but all the people that were there, he was answering questions.
Wow.
But he was answering questions as Thomas Jefferson, and he answered like Thomas Jefferson would have. It was just, I don't know, you had to be there, but it was pretty amazing.
Impressive.
Yeah,
awesome.
it was.
Cool.
It was. It was a neat experience. Shauna is shaking her head. Yes,
Yeah,
was
she
with
was
me.
there
so.
too.
And she was
Nice.
also at the distillery
Are we gonna see
tonight,
her?
but she didn't remember that. But we'll talk. Anyway, yeah. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are we gonna see her in the little snippet?
We hear her in that, and she will see her later in the Whiskey Wizard episode tonight because she was also there. So
All right. So it is a newer distillery. Alex Toomey, while he was out drinking with his friends in 2009, he just said, I guess I'll start a distillery. So he partnered with a couple of his friends, Chris Sarpy and Russell Nance.
see, Greg, there's still hope for us too.
I
by
know,
the way.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
You could do it.
Yeah.
And they opened Ragged Branch in 2010. And then Dave Pickerel joined as master distiller about 2014. And, started the mash that we're all going to be able to try later on today. They grow 100% of their grains on their own property or their leased lands there. And they attribute their unique taste to be a result of the minerals that are absorbed by the crops.
Yes, and I know where they get their fertilizer because there were lots of at least
Cattle?
100 head of cattle on it.
I
You were
know a
gonna
little
get to
bit
that. I
about
didn't mean
that
to
too.
steal, yeah.
No, that's good. It's wow. Look I got something right. No, I'm just kidding.
So you're gonna tell me this tastes like shit or what?
Oh no, that makes for
I mean, that's a legit question, right?
yeah.
Unique taste from the minerals in the area.
yeah.
No.
Taste.
Oh, speaking of that, can
If
I
I
have
hack
some
up
more
a-
of that, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
If I hack up a corn, there's gonna be a problem.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Manure away.
So they mill all their grain daily into the mash. The mash is transferred into their fermentation tanks for 4 days. Then they distill. Wait a minute, I cut that off. They distill the fermented mash
Uh-oh. Sorry,
into
kids.
500-gallon custom-built Vendome copper and brass works column still
Okay.
to create 1 barrel a day. So Vendome Copper and Brass Works is a family-owned and operated
Yeah.
full-service metal fabricator in Louisville, Kentucky. They have their products all around the country and 15 other countries, including New Zealand, Ireland, and Russia. They have made stills for Chattanooga whiskey, Savage and Cook, Kentucky Peerless, just to name
Right.
a few.
Huh. That maybe explains why I didn't really. I was expecting to see a pot still, and I never. We looked in the distillery door, and all I saw was barrels. But if they've got a little continuous still, they don't need much space. So it's probably in another
Probably
shed
in
or
an unused
something.
bathroom or
Yeah.
something.
Here's
Tell
our
it the
still
cows.
closet.
There's our still closet. Nothing to see here.
Oh,
Come on.
men's room. Oh,
Move on. Move on.
No, but
Come on, move
okay,
out to
yeah.
the t-shirt
So
spot.
a barrel a day. I mean, so
Most
it's not
distillery tours.
definitely. This is falls in the boutique whiskey category. It's definitely not a high production facility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this comes around once every 7 years or 4 years? Okay, never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, as you mentioned, the cows are there. Ragged Branch also has Ragged Branch Bourbon beef. It's a working cattle farm of anywhere between 50 to 100 cattle at any time.
Head.
So if you hit the distillery, you can not only pick up a bottle of bourbon, but you can also get some steaks or hamburger too.
Nice.
And
I'm okay with that.
guess what? Those cattle are fed.
What?
Grains.
Spent grains?
Spent
Yeah.
from the still wash.
There you go.
They,
Makes sense.
That's what they're fed. So you're really eating bourbon grain-fed cattle.
Drunk cows.
So drunk cows, and I bet so that all goes. I bet that really goes well with a nice bourbon, one of those steaks.
So
Yeah.
Schnitzel Brewery in Parma,
Yeah.
they have a couple of farmers that come out and take that stuff for their
Right.
animals as well.
I finally went there. It was
Did you?
Isn't that
fantastic.
a great
Yeah.
place?
I had to name drop you.
That's all right.
They were giving you some crap, but
That's all right. I'll pay
it was a good place.
But
though.
did
It
they
was a good
still
place.
welcome you after that?
Did they still
I don't know. I ran after I dropped it.
double charged you?
Yeah. Bill was a little bit funny, but no, they were
I'm
great
there.
there.
I'm
though.
there
They were
about
great.
twice a week,
Yeah.
whether I want to be or not. So they're like, "Where you at?" I'm at home.
Go
Can you
around
come
and
over?
call.
Sure.
Greg, I've been thinking.
Greggy, I've been thinking.
I've been thinking I
I
need
mean,
you
what
to
what
come
you
by.
going to do? You going to sit home and do nothing? I think you listen. We can go upstairs and we can hide and we can smoke cigars.
And we have potty.
We have big pate. Okay.
No, he has a fantastic place there.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is.
super
It is.
impressed.
It's sweet, very sweet.
That was all his design. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
We love talking about that place. So
Yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
quickly switch over
You're gonna
to
do the little-
your distillery visit.
Yeah. Let's do just a quick little
minute and a
segment.
half or so.
Yeah, just of our visit to Ragged Branch.
All right, let's do it, kids.
Take a look, see.
Hey, Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable. We're here in Southern Virginia. We were just earlier at Thomas Jefferson's place in Monticello. And close by, we heard about a little distillery called Rugged Branch, and we thought we'd drive on up here and check it out.
So having a few flights here at Ragged Branch. So far, I'm having the double oak wheated, and it's excellent whiskey. Got a great view as we enjoy our flight. You can see down below there is the distillery.
Hey, sorry about that. We saw the cows were pointing out all this stuff over here.
Yeah, so yeah, that was
That's
beautiful.
pretty
though.
cool. Now, how long ago were you there?
It was right after the 2020 presidential election. So
Well, I know what a downer
yeah.
that was. But anyway.
well, but we were having
Excuse me while I
we
shoot
were,
this. No.
We were down in so we were, ironically talking about the birthplace of freedom and seeing Thomas Jefferson right at that same time. But it was fun. It was
All right.
fun. Beautiful little place. We just we just found it on a quick internet search and decided to zip over there.
And what's the name of the distillery?
Ragged Branch.
There you go.
And our whiskey today is the double oaked wheated bourbon. So
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about this before
Yeah.
we go in and try it. So this is a 90 proof. There's no age statement on the bottle, but they say it's just over 4 years.
it is a straight bourbon, so it must be at least 4. So,
It must be at least 4. You're correct. So they said that it was aged 3 years in a number 3 char barrel,
Okay.
and then it was aged another year in a number 4 char
Okay.
barrel. So I see it's
It's
giving
dark.
it a
It's
little
definitely
darker
dark.
look
Yeah.
to it. This particular bottle that we are going to try tonight is bottle number 149 out of barrel 1437.
nice.
It goes for about $50 to $80 online if you can get it shipped to Ohio.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's
That's
a
the
little bit
key.
of a disclaimer. I mean, gotta say that when we first bought it and we came home, I could have bought it from the distillery online. So, and we don't like to feature things on the show that often if they're not readily attainable. But this would be, I would say, in the category of difficult to get. But it is a small boutique distillery, so I think it's worth at least talking about some of these once in a while.
Absolutely.
You can get it. It just may not be very easy.
It's really attainable. It's just a 9-hour drive down
Yeah,
there,
you
right?
could just drive down to Charlottesville,
Weekend trip.
Virginia, and
Well-
visit Thomas Jefferson. And
When me and Karen travel, we always pick out these liquor stores that are nobody ever hears about.
The mom and pop shops.
99% of the time, it's a home run.
yeah,
It really is. So I still like doing it, steering off the. So we always leave early in the morning, so we start hitting the good stuff right around opening time, and we'll spend 3-4 hours just hunting bourbon.
and
So.
you like to support the mom and pop places.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing against like Party Source or something like
No,
that.
yeah,
But
right.
but sometimes when you go in there, it's like they're sold out of everything. Everyone knows
Yep.
about them.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what
you don't
it does.
find
Yeah.
the really.
I had not to make the show longer, but this last year, Kurt was shopping, so he went into a mom and pop store he'd never been in before, and he said, "Do you have anything, good or anything, whatever?" However, he made the statement. The guy says, "Well, I did get this bottle." He says, "It just came in. I only got one bottle. They only sent me one bottle, but it's $99. I don't know if you want that." He goes, "I have some Eagle Rares, but they're $99 as well, which Eagle Rares are like $34.
Yeah.
But so Kurt says, "What is it?" So the guy gives it to him, and here it was a George T. Stagg antique bottle. And
know.
so he texts me.
For 99.
So I'm at a funeral. So I'm like 20 minutes
Bye,
delayed.
bye,
I call him. He says, "Well, I've already left." I go, "Turn around and go back now." He's like, "I'll go tomorrow." I go, "No, it's going to be gone tomorrow. Go get it now." And he went back there. Nobody was there. He goes, "I'll take that George T. Stagg." And he sold it to the guy. And I paid Kurt for the bottle. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I like.
yeah.
I was looking around just out of curiosity when I was online today searching for this, and just decided to see what Blanton's was going for. The cheapest Blanton's bottle you could buy, at least on the sites I was like $279. So that reminds me, we got some special shows coming up where we're going to put whiskeys like that to the test against some other less expensive competitors.
Yeah, I just donated. I had 3 extra bottles. I just donated one to a ex-Marine that just retired, 30 years in the service. And
There you go. That's
his,
nice.
his mother and father were putting, and the guy's wife, they were putting a come home party, so they went to Chagrin Valley Beverage, and Greg over there reached out to me because is there any way I can get he likes Blanton's, why I don't know, but anyway, he wanted, was hoping to get some Blanton's because his friends always talk about it, but they've never had it, so they always are trying to one up each other. His guys, very decorated guy, and so I took the bottle and I gave it to him, and I said, just give him. He was good, so I'll pay for it. I go, just give him the bottle. Yeah. He earned it. So
for sure,
nice.
So they called me. That was a phone call.
Yep, I remember.
The parents, they were extremely excited about that, but it's good to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
cool. So, Karen, is there anything else to tell us?
So very quickly, the mash bill. When I
Nice.
was researching the mash bill, give or take the percentages here, because depending on where I was researching, the numbers would change. But the mash bill is 66 to 68% corn, 16% wheat, or 17 or 16% barley.
That's what I've got. That's what I've got. So yeah, that's high for on the wheat and the barley count for a typical is less than that on a wheated bourbon. So
is it?
So that's pretty high in wheat and barley. So interesting, but that should make for, in my opinion, a rich kind of mellow whiskey.
I hope so.
I always love those wheated bourbons.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Like all those bourbons that people seek out these days, a lot of them are wheated bourbons. So,
and this was a gold medal winner at the 2020 San Francisco World Spirits Competition.
yes, it was.
There we go.
And that's one of the premier competitions.
It is one of the most well known.
A little distillery making a barrel a day, that's a pretty good feat, I would say.
Absolutely.
I'm getting anxious.
Pass that out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Pass that out. Oh, you going there? Okay.
And this is 90 proof, correct?
90 proof, correct.
Thank you, Zach. And I just want to comment, the color we mentioned earlier is beautiful.
It is very nice color.
It's like a really nice cherry amber.
Is that number 4 char coming out?
Yeah. So maybe you mentioned, but I think these age for like 3 years in 3 char, and then they go into a 4 char barrel for the final year.
Correct. Yep.
So that's kind of a unique process as well. So non-chill filter. All right.
I get a lot of fruit.
Do you?
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously it's not finished in any kind of,
I'd say
wine casks or
maybe
anything.
like a peach or an apricot.
It's super dark though on that nose. I'm getting that, but it's like everything's super dark and muted.
I always get that. Vanilla. Easy, girl. Easy.
Making a mess out in the crowd today.
Oh, hey.
Nothing to see here. Pay no attention.
Do you need some more, or did you?
No, she's
Okay,
good.
she's good. So to me, the oakiness is definitely there, but I'm getting like chocolate, definitely like cocoa, and a very strong kind of cocoa presence, and definitely vanilla, which you'd expect with the all first char cask.
I'm trying to pick out the high note on it though, because it's pretty muted, but there's like one spike that's going up. It's not like a lemon. I wouldn't say lemongrass or anything like that, but like it's more complex than just ethanol.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of ethanol out of it at all.
No,
it's not. No, it's not. There's definitely not much heat there. I get maybe even some. I mentioned chocolate, or I almost like. And then with a little coffee, so to me it's almost like a mocha.
I could say coffee.
Yeah,
I could say coffee.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm having a hard time getting a lot out of it. I
get a lot of peach out of it.
I'm getting the
that
chocolate.
maybe a little. Yeah, now I maybe some light fruit. Right, I'm there with you, Greg. There's something fruity there. I can't really.
I
put
said
my finger
apricot
on.
or peach in the beginning, but I kind of gonna lean to peach. Well, we'll see.
That's,
So give us the nose, girl.
I would say, it's fair to say whatever we're getting there that's fruity is
it's very pleasing.
It's coming from the oak, right? Because
Right.
there's no, it's not finished in an ex-sherry cask or anything like that. So that's really I like, not that I don't like those kind of finished whiskeys, but there's something about when it all is coming from the oak is special for me.
So anyone else want to take any guesses on the nose before I read?
No, let's hear what they have to say.
So heavy malt and oak on the nose with vanilla,
Okay.
dark caramel, and toasted pecans.
Okay.
Also mocha coffee, chocolate malt, and vanilla, as I said.
Man,
I didn't get
I didn't get a lot of that.
I wonder if they mean chocolate malt as in the milkshake, or as in when you take malted barley and you partially roast it. But
we're gonna try it.
anyway, let's taste this.
I'm ready.
Good by me.
All right.
I have tasted it before, but it's been a while.
Very grainy.
I could get on the palate. I could get coffee out of it for sure. Myself.
Getting a lot of sweetness hitting in there too. A lot more than I expected.
It's kind of a short finish. It's not a real long finish.
Agree.
Yeah, I'm getting grain. I'm getting a little bit of that coffee. Maybe a little bit of orange peel or something like that, but just barely.
I said I had it was either apricot or peach, but the more I sniffed it, the more it leaned me to the peach. But
I get more caramel on the
Yeah.
palate, but I also get, I mentioned the mocha. Now I get, if you remember those...
I got caramel on the aftertaste.
Remember those malted
malted
candy balls?
Right. Easy.
He knew he couldn't say malted balls with me sitting here, so he had to throw the candy in there.
Well, you know what I'm...
Right where I was going.
I think they were called...
Tongue it up, kids.
I think they were actually called Whoopers.
Yeah, the
Whoopers
malted milk balls.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's I get a little bit of that.
The producer stepped in and saved your ass.
It's gonna let you struggle a little further, but
You say whoopers, I say whoppers.
Yeah, okay.
You say rugged, I say ragged.
Okay.
Amen.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So I like that.
very
I have
good.
to say.
it's good.
You said you paid about $100 for that.
No, it wasn't that much. I would say it was 60, 70 some dollars, maybe something in that range.
And when I was researching, I saw it online for anywhere between 50 and 80
That's good.
online. So
That's not bad.
Okay.
That's worth that.
It's nice.
should I read the palette and finish, or
Yes,
anyone want to say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about
Okay.
what they say.
The palette, malt balls,
Okay.
coffee,
Get out.
Okay.
They actually said malt balls.
malt balls.
Malt balls, son.
Okay.
Not mothballs.
No, but
Malt.
well, they didn't say whoopers, but that's what a
Whoopers.
That's what a malt ball is.
Didn't say
Anyway,
whoppers either.
like somebody in the audience can back me up on this.
Subtle notes of
There was a
whoopers.
candy, malted chocolate balls called whoopers.
Yeah, well, yeah, they exist.
You know what I'm.
Yeah, they exist.
Is it like that joke? Like, have you ever smelled mothballs?
No.
Oh, if you did, you always say, "How'd you get their little legs apart?" But anyway, go ahead.
Hey, Big G, that's really quite damn impressive.
Okay.
Oh my
All right, go ahead, I'm
gosh.
sorry.
Okay, finish. Sweet and buttery.
Taking another 6-month hiatus, guys. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we won't see
I'm kidding. I'm
Probably
kidding.
till Christmas.
Oh, sorry, I can't make it, guys. I got that thing going
All right,
on.
go ahead.
Thing at the place.
I know if Matt's watching, I'm sure he's on the floor right now. But
So the finish is sweet and buttery with a hint of almond, leaving a velvety feel on the tongue, with a cocoa finish on the front and a kick of spice on the back. That's what it says. I
Well,
don't know.
no, I'm watching.
I get, yeah. I don't know about the spice on the back, but it is. Somebody said it's a short finish. For me, it's kind of long. Actually.
Yeah, I'm getting
I
like
still have a lot of heat, not heat, but there's warmth.
Yeah.
Like a long afterglow.
It's got the spice on the finish, but it's not overwhelming at all. It's just a little pleasant.
Especially
lingering.
with American whiskey, I like it oaky.
Yeah.
I like all the.
I could say
obviously,
it's
the longer it spends in the barrel, the better. But I mean, that's.
I don't like a ton of oak because sometimes it's kind of dry, but
Mhm.
that's very subtle in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
That's
dry.
what I was afraid of on this
Yeah,
one.
when
but
you said oak, I was like, "Argh."
anything double
Yeah.
oaked, it's like this could
Yeah,
be. But
it doesn't. You
No.
don't have that.
especially the sweetness in it, I think
Yeah.
kind of balances that out to where it's not an issue.
I agree.
Well,
All right.
so before we do the scores, why don't we take another ride?
Okay.
What?
What-
Shauna?
We'll come back with
Did
Miss
you-
Shauna. Okay, go ahead.
She
I'm
doesn't.
sorry.
She doesn't want to be a part of the official
No,
scoring.
no disrespect.
Bottle cam?
Bottle cam
Bottle cam.
before we do the scoring. We'll be right back.
All right,
Another
kids.
close look.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
I love how you zoom
Oh
in on,
wow!
on Big G.
Greg, are you all right after the bottle cam ran into you there?
Yeah, I was. I was pushing him away. He's like all in my face. I'm like, get out of here. Then
Yeah.
I was doing all the stuff, and then I picked up my fist, and then he just backed up.
That's when you saw the zoom out.
So we're at the ratings point.
We are at the ratings point. We are.
I think since this is a whiskey that I contributed, I think I'll go first. And for me, I really like this. That's why I bought it when I was at the distillery. I tried all their whiskeys, and so it's very good. It's not quite at the must-have level, which is good because it's hard to get. But I'm giving it a solid 3.86.
Wow.
A 3.86 from me on our 0 to 5 whiskey roundtable scale.
I'm always intrigued when you give like a 3.86 or something that's not like a 0 or a 5.
3.864524.
Right.
409.
I did.
He's sitting over here crunching the numbers.
Well, actually, my favorite numbers are irrational numbers.
There we go.
Yeah. There's a joke there, but I can't
But-
think fast enough.
But anyway, but yeah, 3.86. No other decimal, no other numbers after that. But
No, good score.
yeah,
Good score.
we try to be as accurate as we can here on the whiskey roundtable.
That's right. Zach, what do you think?
No pressure though. You don't have to go to the hundredths if you don't want to. Go
No,
ahead,
no,
Zach. What
I'm
do you
taking.
got?
I am definitely taking a decimal point off that.
Okay, all right. So what do you say, Zach?
I'm gonna go with a solid 3.5 on that. I think it was
Okay,
really
that's a
good.
score. That's
Little-
a good score.
Little bit different for a wheated bourbon, but everything that I want.
Yeah.
I don't think it jumps out as something super, super special, but there's not one thing that I could complain about.
Yeah,
on
you're
it.
probably not going to be talking about this one next week, but
A little bit. It was good.
maybe. But it's
It was very
I
good.
really enjoyed it when I was there, and
Yeah.
maybe there's that special, whenever you're in a special circumstance and you enjoy a whiskey, sometimes it colors it. But Karen, you said you already had a score. What do you?
I was going to say it was that Thomas Jefferson actor that.
Yeah, well,
That's what
it's
sold
a
it.
good day. He definitely lifted
Oh
my
my.
spirits under the circumstances.
Oh, touche.
Karen, what do you got? What do you,
I think it's good.
Mhm.
My score is a little bit lower than
I knew it
yours
was
and
gonna be.
Zach's, only because I have a hard time picking anything out of it, and I'm not getting a lot of different things from it. I'm getting the cocoa.
Well,
and the
plus
nose and-
you're a total Scotch girl now, anyway. So.
I am. What can I say? So okay, I'll just cut right to it. I've given this one a 3.25.
3.25. Well, that's an acceptable whiskey roundtable score.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the use of the hundredths place.
Yeah, I did that just
Okay.
for you, Debbie.
And thank you. And Big G, what do we got?
So, me and you usually come in like real close
Yeah.
together, if not the same. But today I'm going with Zach.
You're-
Solid 3.5. Anybody who's watching and could see my fingers, I kept going like this.
You're
There we go.
predicting? You're predicting. Okay.
Well,
3.5.
hey, if you want to make yourself feel better, we can do 3.50 for both of our scores.
Yes.
Oh,
I'll
that
add
makes
That way it
We're a
fits
little
in.
closer?
Well, no,
I'll
no,
add
no,
the
no.
zero. No,
that
just
way we
so-
have the extra decimal point in there.
Oh, shoot.
That's
Okay.
good.
All right.
Good. It's done.
Works.
Okay.
Works.
There we go. All right. So now, and before we go to the next segment, do we any quick comments?
I was just looking at it. Matt Souza said, "Enough with the balls already."
Yes. Yes.
Fair.
I know.
It's a
agree,
fair
Matt.
criticism.
But he
But
does.
they are malted.
And we are looking for Jennifer
Yeah,
because
where's Jennifer?
she. Whenever we
Oh,
talk
my
about
gosh.
balls and nuts, she's always right there.
Well, there's another reason that Jennifer is important tonight. Did we just because tonight is the Whiskey Wizard, which is coming up next, is about the Bourbon Affair, which is the place that she took us when we went to visit her. So, but
I want.
she'll
What
get
did
to
his nephew say on that scroll?
Which time?
Colin. It says, hang on.
BT
Happy Friday
is
the way.
Blanton's EU offerings are always cheaper than the US stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah. I think it's probably
So,
a dime a dozen if you go to China, right?
Right. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on
But
that.
that is a high price to pay.
Oh dear.
I've been there, so anyway.
We have Nick T joined us.
Nick T,
Nick.
what's up, dog?
He's giving us a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what Colin
It's
said.
being kind.
He still doesn't have all his letters?
Yeah,
though?
he's saying this as someone without all my letters.
Oh, well, let me know. I have, I think, 3 corks. So, I have 3 complete horse races. Still bottled, still in the pouch, still in the box. So, I do have some extra letters if you want to reach out. Where's he live at?
Colin?
Colin is in the state of Massachusetts.
All right. Well,
We're due for another trip.
talk to Doug. Give him your address. Let me know what letters you're looking for, and if these all match, I'll send them to you.
What a nice guy you
I
are.
have his address, but yeah,
Yeah, I
nice.
made fun of him. What
That's
more can
right.
I
See,
do?
now
That's
you
right.
feel bad, right?
I don't
Yeah.
feel bad. That's just what I do.
Oh.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
nice. Okay, so
Should
well,
we hit
Should we
the
the bottle cam? Or no, I'm sorry.
We're- yeah.
What do you
Third
do?
bottle
Whiskey
cam.
Wizard?
Let's go.
Hey, he got the fourth show right.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's all
yeah,
downhill
that's
after
true.
this.
It's been well, okay, so yeah, tonight's let's get on to the Whiskey Wizard. Where I try to do I explain it in the segment, so let's just go ahead.
All right, kids. We'll be right back.
See you in a bit.
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. Tonight I want to talk about the Bourbon Affair. Periodically, when I come across a whiskey place I think is special, I like to feature it on the show whenever I can. To be honest, it doesn't always work out, as I won't do it without interviewing the owners and having their full permission. These folks tend to be busy and may have their hands full, so again, it's not always easy to reach them and get a mutual time to talk worked out. Nevertheless, Sean and I went to visit one of our longtime friends of the show, Jennifer Boggs in Findlay, back in October 2021. She was in the middle of packing up her stuff, including her sizable whiskey collection, as she was in the process of moving down to Louisville, right there in the heart of bourbon country, I might add. Anyway, she suggested we try this place in town that she'd mentioned to us a few times before. The establishment was the Bourbon Affair, located at 121 East Crawford Street in Findlay, Ohio. Inside, it was lowly lit with a warm candlelight feel. The bar area sparkled and glowed, and there was an exciting buzz of activity amongst the staff. It was quiet, and the crowd was light when we first got there around 5 o'clock. But by 6 p.m., a good mix of music played, and the place was jammed with excited locals and the chatter of conversation. Everyone was friendly and easygoing, as if we were all in on some type of special secret. The whiskey selection was quite extensive, and I had no problem finding something that would do nicely. I was in a mood for a rye, but I was surprised at the fairly reasonable menu prices for drams of great single malt scotch as well. The Bourbon Affair was a place that made me feel like a regular, even though it was my first time there. The staff were warm and friendly, as were the other patrons. Again, and the prices were reasonable for the selections offered. The Bourbon Affair is owned by Ryan and Stacy Leonard, and according to their website, it offers hundreds of different whiskeys and a wide selection of other spirits, wines, and crafted beers to suit every taste. Flights of bourbon as well as appetizers are being served. When we opened in the fall of 2015, the new business brought with it a unique flair to the growing downtown Findlay area. With all the energy and excitement in downtown Findlay, we felt it was the perfect time and location for a concept typically found in larger metropolitan areas, Ryan Leonard said. The Bourbon Affair will bring a uniqueness to downtown that is currently unmatched. The rich and friendly accommodations will warm your heart, and the bourbon will warm your soul, he continues. And in the spring of 2021, the Bourbon Affair added a new outdoor dining space. We now have a great patio in the back to accommodate 60 guests and additional seating on the sidewalk. Anyway, I caught up with the owner, Ryan Leonard, to speak with him directly by phone and to get a little more background information on their great establishment. I asked about how it all got started. Ryan told me a friend shared some good bourbon with him in Dayton about 10 years ago, and that's when the love affair began. He did the Kentucky Bourbon Trail with friends, and his appreciation for the brown spirits grew even further. Ryan is an engineer by trade and loves to build stuff. In fact, much of what he's used in creating the Bourbon Affair came from Columbus architectural salvage or from his barn and other stuff on his 22-acre farm purchased in 1996. Ryan's wife Stacy shares his love of bourbon and fully supported his dream of starting a bourbon and whiskey-oriented venue in Findlay after their 2 children had grown up and fled the nest, as it were. Stacy tends to handle much of the administration of the business. For the construction of the bar, he used 52 logs from a 100-year-old building, which were milled at industrial kilns. He found a local master carpenter who installed them raw and then finished them in place. The overall construction took about a whole year. Ryan wanted to thank Bob Ebert and Luke Kish for helping him with creating and realizing his dream. Ryan laughed as he explained he was originally going to call his place Pappy's Bourbon Affair until he got a cease and desist letter from his friends at Buffalo Trace. He assures me there are no hard feelings, as he realizes it was probably a bit of a stretch to think he could have gotten away with that. I asked Ryan about his favorite whiskeys. Ryan said that he's not real discriminatory. He said he likes a lot of things he imagined most of our viewers do. Like, for example, he's very fond of plain old $18 a bottle Old Forester, and he added that it's used in a lot of the cocktails they make at the Bourbon Affair. He said he has managed to collect some rare whiskeys, but that's not really a big driver for him. It's all about sharing a pour of something comfortable that you know you'll enjoy, and adding to that some good conversation with friends and fellow whiskey lovers. He indicated that everyday favorites also include Woodford Double Oaked, Elijah Craig's Small Batch, New Riff, and Tom's Foolery. He said they did invest in a barrel, though, through the Maker's Mark Select program that he'd tasted and selected. It was a special blending with seared staves added to the whole batch. He got about 41 six-bottle cases, some of which are special selections they still offer at the Bourbon Affair. I commented to him that we couldn't help but be impressed with all of his staff. Everyone was super warm and friendly, treating us like we were all cherished regulars. And they were pretty up on their knowledge of the brown liquids they were purveying. Ryan said that Luke, the whiz of a bartender we met, has been with him since day one. Okay, I guess this would be a good time to feature Luke, showing us how he makes his signature house cocktail.
What do you want to know?
Okay, so we're curious about this great cocktail that uses the smoke. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke, okay. So Luke of the Bourbon Affair.
That's right.
So this is the house smoked cocktail,
Yeah,
right?
this is one of my original recipes. I made it once for a few guests, and it just hit the ground running, or stumbling, I should say.
Right.
We had a few. So I'm not sure where the idea came from. I had something very similar to it at a bar, and then I came back and toyed with the idea, and we changed the recipe probably 4 or 5 times. This is what we've landed on, and we're sticking with it. We use black walnut bitters, and we use a Blanton's bottle.
Yeah.
That would be a lot. So then we do the black walnut bitters, the brown sugar simple syrup. The house bourbon that we like to use here is Old Forester because my
Nice.
rep for the distillery itself, the juice they make, everything about it is fabulous. Great price point. You can find
We love it. We love it
You
too.
can find it everywhere,
Yeah.
all day, every day. $20 a bottle.
Yeah. It's a great bourbon.
Yeah. So we have a Rebel's the brand that we use. We really enjoy it. It's a food grade smoker, and then we use hickory chips.
Okay.
And then use blowtorch that, and it feeds the smoke into the cocktail. And then, by the magic of the bourbon gods, it leaves that smoke in there. So the longer it sits, the smokier it gets, the more that smoke really infuses.
Right.
For a first-time person to order it, what I would recommend is pour a little bit and enjoy that. Pour a little bit more, enjoy that. And then you can just see that smokiness level go from there. That being said, enjoy.
Oh my gosh.
You're very welcome.
Many thanks. So that is great. So I missed it. What are we what kind of wood are you using to
Hickory.
hickory? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've toyed around with different ones. Ash and hickory do the best, in my opinion. We've used other ones like cherry or apple.
Okay.
And sometimes, as a bartender on a busier night, I don't have time for silly questions. So when we've tried cherry or apple, and someone will say, "Well, I don't taste the cherry or apple." Have you bit a cherry tree? No, it's not the same, pal. So hickory's an easy way to go for us.
Yeah. Well, I was like thinking it was like ex-bourbon staves or something, barrel staves.
We
or
can
something.
do it that way. We do have the barrel staves to do it. In my opinion, that does a great job. That's more for like the essence of, but you don't really get the flavor when you smoke into the glass.
Yeah.
So
No, that smoke has a wonderful aroma. So.
thank you.
So, well, thanks for entertaining our silly questions.
Hey, anytime. I'm here for
Appreciate
it.
it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no worries, guys.
All right.
Enjoy.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luke. So you'll have to let me know where that podcast
Okay.
is so I can listen to it.
I will.
And
We'll
I'm
give
gonna
you
hate it because I hate my voice, but I'm going to look forward to listening to it.
Okay. Thanks. That is quite nice. So there it is. Getting plenty smoky as we wait here at the Bourbon Affair. Did you enjoy that?
Excellent cocktail.
What'd you think, Jen?
It was delicious, just like drinking campfire.
I thought it was too. Back off, have a little more. Awesome. And that was a great, enjoyable cocktail. Okay, back to my conversation with Ryan. Ryan said most of his staff came in with little to no previous whiskey knowledge, but he says they can't help but get a passion for it after working at our place for a bit. He says he pays pretty well for the local job market they are in, and he offers them a retirement plan, so he's had very little turnover. He explained that his staff learn the ropes working the floor and waiting tables, and then they can earn their way to graduate up to working behind the bar. As we closed our conversation, he mentioned some whiskey-related places he was fond of. Stillwright's Distillers in Dayton, Ohio, where the owners are all third-generation millwrights, and Tom's Foolery Distillery, too, as we know, right here close to the Whiskey Roundtable in Burton, Ohio. Well, okay, back to our visit. It had been a long day, and when it was time to go, I truly did not want to leave. I regretted that the Bourbon Affair is in Findlay and not closer to home. If it were, it'd definitely be the type of place I'd haunt on a regular basis. Although it's good enough to warrant an overnight in Findlay once in a while just to be able to enjoy an evening there. It's really great when you see good guys like Ryan Leonard that do it right and succeed. Thanks again, Ryan, for taking the time to talk with us. I can't urge you all enough, if you're ever anywhere close to Findlay, Ohio, get on over to the Bourbon Affair for some great whiskey, a great friendly atmosphere, and just a really fine, relaxing time. Again, it's located at 121 East Crawford Street in Findlay. Do check out their nice website for all the details. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard for the Whiskey Roundtable. Cheers, Saint Java, and now back to the live show.
That looks so cool.
What a fun time it was.
Yeah, I want to go now. I've
At
never
the
been
Bourbon
out there.
Affair. Yeah, all I can say is it's even worth a trip. But we might just go every once in a while. We stayed at the Hancock in town there. A really nice hotel. Everybody was fabulous there as well. So I recommend that. Go stay there. Go on a Friday or Saturday night. Spend the night. Spend some good time at the Bourbon Affair, and tell them the Whiskey Roundtable sent you. And I'm sure that they'll ignore you, but that's okay.
At your own risk.
Doug who?
No, they're
No.
just everybody was.
It seemed very laid back. I mean, watching.
Very. I never
was-
went into a place and just you instantly feel relaxed, and everybody's just very cool. So it's got a unique vibe, fun place to just go and have some great whiskey. The selection is unreal. And the people that work there and the patrons just were fantastic. So
Awesome.
So yeah, we plan to go back as soon as we can. So too bad Jen no longer lives in Findlay, but I don't know. She probably is okay where she lives now. There's other places in I don't know, in the middle of bourbon country down there in Louisville. So
Absolutely.
Cool.
It was good to see her in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Good to see
and
her.
well, it looks like we're kind of out of time.
We sure are. Just AJ Bollinger's giving you a shout out if I said his
Oh.
name right.
AJ, why are you
AJ.
watching? Get out of here. No, I'm kidding. Good to have you.
And Matt Souza says road trip to Findlay.
Yes, yeah, we will do that for
And,
sure.
and he still wants to go to Royal Havana. He says this Wednesday.
Yeah,
So-
this Wednesday.
Yeah, I think I can make that happen.
All right, let's do it.
Um,
Who else?
if I only smoke cigars, it would be more fun. But I'll
Hey,
enjoy just hanging out
you
with
like
you
hanging out
guys.
with us? That's all right.
That's right.
There you go.
There you go. You can make fun of each other. That's
There
it.
we are. So there will be no news tonight, and I'm sure everybody is.
And no news is good news, just so you all know.
That's right.
All right.
Well, unless it's whiskey news. But okay,
all
so
right, let's wrap it up, kids.
so we'll go into the wrap up mode here, I guess. So don't. Well, I guess thanks for watching.
Don't let your meatloaf.
Don't-
Don't let your meatloaf.
Words to live by.
Speaking of that, he did die recently. So
I know.
a rock legend. Anyway, but thanks for watching if you're here with us live, or if you're watching us later on. Remember, if you missed the live show, yes, please do watch. It happens, and that's fine. But it's those views that help keep this show going, and we'd like to continue doing this. So hopefully you guys agree. We'll be here next Friday, February the 25th, at our usual 7:30 p.m. start time. And, subscribe to our YouTube page. Send us a note on Gmail, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill.
And next Friday is Dad's Hat Rye.
Dad's Hat Rye. Yes, this was a special Christmas gift from Chris Britton Snyder. Unfortunately, he's traveling. We try to get him on the show, but anyway, we'll be featuring that whiskey, and I'm looking forward to it. So tonight's closing quote comes, we've had a previous quote from this gentleman, George Best, famous English soccer player from the late 60s. He said, what else can possibly make us happy if women and whiskey cannot do it? So,
Amen. Amen.
Oofa, that's a good question.
All right, kids. Hey, thanks for watching. Be safe. Stay warm. We'll catch you cats next week. And until then, we are the Whiskey Roundtable. Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
And Zach.
All right.
Producer Zach.
Zach, thanks for
Yeah,
doing
it's
the
good
show.
to see you.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me. I do appreciate it.
And so
That's it.
that'll probably hold him for another 6 to 8 months.
Exactly.
You can
We'll
blame,
see you in
you
August.
can blame AJ for
We'll see
that
you in
one.
August. Okay.
So long, everybody.
All right. See you cats later. Bye-bye.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.